Hey everyone, so I know it's been quite a few weeks since I posted my last video. I never did do a 7-week update, and honestly, nothing really changed from week 7 to week 8, so kind of would have been a pointless update, between the two. So I'll just quickly update you guys on just as far as symptoms and things like that. So, still dealing with nausea and exhaustion. I think a lot of my nausea is coming from indigestion. I notice that a lot of times right after eating, I get, and it's not even after eating, sometimes in the middle of eating, I'll have, like a few bites of something, and I just have this overly full feeling like I've had this humongous meal, and really in reality I've only had a few bites, and it's just my stomach just feels extremely full. I get really bloated, I get abdominal pains, and shortly after, like 30 minutes to an hour later, I start feeling really nauseous, and it's just been really weighing on me, I guess, just to be able to eat stuff, because I feel like every time I eat something I get indigestion. So I mean, it is literally like almost every meal, everything I eat. Crackers doesn't help, nausea stuff doesn't help. I also bought a C-band, and I totally forgot to tell you guys in my ultrasound video, like a couple days before that, I bought a C-band to help with nausea, and I had read the reviews on Amazon. They were really good reviews, and so it seemed like, really positive and, hopeful that it would work. And it did. It did seem to work for like the first few days, and then it just like doesn't work anymore. And then I started reading up on acupressure wristbands and stuff, and you have to put it in a certain spot, and you have to feel for the spot, and then when you feel nauseous, you're supposed to like push it in like 20 to 30 times. There was no instructions. Excuse me. There was no instructions with the C-bands at all. It didn't tell me I had to search for like a little hole indent in my wrist and all that other stuff. So I've just been using it however I thought I was supposed to use it. So anyways, sorry, I need to switch hands because my hand is getting really tired. So anyways, as far as just what's been going on with me over the past, I'd say, week and a half, I've been really busy. Landon got sick. I know I mentioned it in my ultrasound video, but he did get sick. He got very sick. He had a double ear infection, and so it was a very exhausting 4 days. So it was just a really long 4 days. I mean, he was very cranky, restless. We had a really bad struggle trying to get him to sleep, and it was a huge fight for us to, get him to go to bed. We eventually had to just drive out like 2 or 3 nights in a row. So thankfully he's over that. He's all better. A few days after that, well, the 22nd was our anniversary, so we spent the morning at his family's house. As you saw, how we announced to them. We did our Christmas a few days before Christmas, and then Christmas, and then I was working, and I've just been so busy. That's why I didn't do an update. The announcement and short Christmas clips was just something really quick and easy to upload, so that's why I had uploaded those for you guys. But I've just been so busy and so exhausted. I'm sure my face and my eyes show exhaustion so much, and it's still like really heavy. I mean, the exhaustion is just overwhelming sometimes. I wake up in the mornings, and like the other morning I wanted to make pancakes for everybody, and most mornings lately I haven't been making breakfast. I just eat a bowl of cereal, or I have some things like blueberry muffins for Landon or fruit or whatever, but most mornings I've just been so exhausted waking up, and I told myself I'm going to make breakfast. I enjoy making breakfast for everybody, and I enjoy it for myself. It gives a break from cereal all the time, but I was so exhausted. I mean, I literally could not stand there to make the pancakes. So I brought a chair over and sat down, and it's just so overwhelming, especially first thing in the morning. And one of the other symptoms I have experienced over the past few days. So today I'm 9 weeks, 1 day. So we'll just consider this a 9-week symptom early before I make my 9-week video. So if you followed me, sorry, I'll get it out. If you followed me on my last pregnancy journey, sometime around week 15, I had told you guys a story, and I'm pretty sure I told you guys a story about when I was at work. I was working at a bookstore at the time at the college. I was going to school there, and so I was working there too. It just made it easier. Anyways, so I was working at the bookstore, and I was in the middle of ringing up a customer, and I just suddenly felt really nauseous, and so I started drinking some water to kind of like, I don't know, maybe push it down or something. I don't know if that even makes any sense, but I started drinking water because I started feeling very faint, and I'm like, oh my goodness, what is going on with me? All of a sudden, I got extremely, really dizzy, and I started having hot flash. I mean, I was sweating, like sweat was just like profusely beating on my forehead, and I threw my little sweater off, and I was just like, whew. And all of a sudden, I'm pretty much at the end of the transaction with this customer, and I could just, my vision was just going in and out, like it was blacking out, and I knew I was seconds away from passing out. So I quickly just kind of like threw her money at her, and I sat down on the floor, like immediately sat down on the floor. And the girl that was beside me kind of looked at me funny. I said, I think I'm going to pass out. I was like, I just need to sit here for a minute. So once I sat for a few seconds, felt a little bit better, I got up, and I actually think she brought me some of her crackers, which was really sweet of her. But I kind of ate a few of them. I got up, went to the back, kind of like fanned myself off because I was sweating so bad, and I had an apple, so I started eating my apple and drinking some more of my water. And you okay? Y'all done? So anyways, yesterday I'd taken Landon to his little gym music class. It's been a while since I've taken him, so I wanted to take him just so he can have some fun. And excuse me, my throat's really dry. So we were there for probably an hour, and right around as we were leaving, I was getting his shoes on, I just started feeling kind of nauseous and just very weak. And I was like, man, I need to get some water, because you can't have food or water in there. And an hour for me is a long time without water. So I quickly kind of got his socks on and shoes and jacket and all that. We got to the car, and I started drinking some water, and I just started feeling that same feeling, like I was gonna pass out. And I was like, uh-oh, I need to get somewhere really fast, because I had already pulled out of the building, out of the parking lot at this point. So I'm in traffic, and there's plenty of places to pull over, but I wanted to get somewhere where I could get something like food-wise. So as I'm driving, all of a sudden, hot flash comes, and I'm like, okay, this is the moment before it happens. So I quickly pulled over and stopped, and I had something in my car that I ate, and I just kind of, my hands were shaking really bad, and I was just felt really sick and just completely, like, I don't know, shaky. I don't know how else to explain that, but it was scary. I mean, in the middle of driving, that's a scary thing to happen. I've got my son in the car, I'm pregnant, and both times it happened to me when I was pregnant with Landon, I was at the bookstore, and I was able to sit down, and, you know, I had snacks with me and stuff, but it never happened to me in the car. And I think it was just that long period of time without having any food or water, or just being able to sit down and relax. That's pretty much what's been going on over the past week and a half, whatnot. Landon's letting the dog in the living room. Actually, he's going in the kitchen. So anyways, I'm going to get off here, and I will be hopefully posting this soon. But you guys have a great New Year's Eve, New Year's, and I will see you guys in the new year. All right, talk to you guys later. Bye.